Nelsparta Tactical Fitness. We are talking the event, my experience, and then gear considerations. How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Quentin the Gun Guy. We are talking Nelsparta Tactical Fitness. Now today, this video isn't sanctioned or supported or endorsed by Nelsparta or the organizers. This is just my thoughts, my experiences of the event and the gear considerations. So what gear I used, what gear I would change. So let's jump right in. Nelsparta Tactical Fitness is coming up this weekend, so I thought this is a great opportunity for the guys that either still wants to do like a last minute entry, but I think entries are all filled up. Last I saw there's only one entry left. And the guys that have already entered, maybe it's your first event. I know there's a couple of guys that I did my event with that's going again. But maybe this is your first event, so this is the last minute prep that you can get ready for the event. So yeah, these are my thoughts, and let's get going. Nelsparta Tactical Fitness, if you don't know it yet, this is a fitness event where you do some shooting as well. So the scores are added up according to your time that you did the event in or completed each course of fire. And then at the end of it, there's a ranking, and then there's guys that win and then guys that lose. So first three positions get prizes. They end up on the podium and bragging rights. So there's a couple of different divisions in the event. So handgun only, and then you get handgun carbine. So that's the one that I did, the handgun carbine one. Round count, I'm not too sure about the round count with this one. The round count with our one was 80 rounds of the handgun and 60 rounds of the carbine. So yeah, that was quite a cool event. Not a super high round count, but the day keeps you quite busy with the running around and doing certain things, and yeah, it's a really good experience. So why should you do this? I think every everyday carrier should do this event. If you are too tired to have a proper thought process, your body starts relying on your muscle memory or neural pathways that you've created already. So you can't bullshit that. If you don't shoot enough or you don't have enough experience with your firearm, it's going to start lacking because you can't think as clearly as you used to, because your body is trying to cope with everything, cope with the onslaught. So that's a really good indication of your background, if you do have enough experience with your firearm. And then yeah, just shortcomings in your fitness, which I saw definitely, shortcomings in your setup, which I saw as well, and then shortcomings in your ability and your accuracy, which I saw definitely. So all of those things were invaluable. It's really such a great experience. It's such a great tool that they've brought to the everyday carry community. See, it's just a really cool event, and I'm really bummed that I'm going to miss this one. Definitely we'll see you guys with the next one. So let's talk gear. Because I did the carbine and handgun event, the carbine was actually my primary weapon. So this is your primary, so you will engage the furthest targets with your primary weapon, meaning this one, and then transition to the closer targets to your sidearm. So this firearm doesn't have a mag in, it is clearance safe. Cool. So let's talk the setup of this firearm. So this is a Bushmaster mid-length MOE. This is a 16 inch barrel. Works really great. I absolutely love this rifle. It is on the heavy side. I do have the bull barrel version of it. So if you take off this foregrip, you'll see a very thick barrel in the inside. So I would actually probably prefer the lighter one because you run around with it, and we'll get to weight consideration just now. So with this setup that I've got here is more of a CQB setup. So I've got the red dot, and then I've got the pop-up sights in the back that co-witnesses with the red dot, which is absolutely great for CQB stuff. Not so great for going out to further distances. So the distances, I think the furthest that we went out was 180 meters, which isn't too bad. It's really not too bad, especially with an AR platform. You can run out to that easily. But I did see some shortcomings with the red dots. Number one is my experience with the red dot. I've got very limited experience with red dots. This is literally my only firearm that has a red dot on it. Otherwise, I run scopes on my long rifles and I run open sights on my sidearm. So yeah, number one is my own shortcomings, and number two is just optic shortcomings. I think it would have been a lot easier and a lot more accuracy, the pinpoint accuracy that I'm used to with the long rifles, if I rather go to a scope version, maybe a low power variable optic. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I would much rather change. Yes, you can still do it with a red dot. I wouldn't really say go for open sights for this event. You want that accuracy for going out and really touching someone at the further away distances. So you can do red dot. I would rather say maybe go for a scope version. Otherwise, rather basic. Another big consideration is the sling. The sling is super important. This was sent to me by SA Tactical literally a couple of days before the event, so massive thanks to you guys. Yeah, we had a chat on Instagram, and yeah, they said that they are going to hook me up with a better sling because the other sling that I had was absolutely sucky. Nice thing about this sling is you can really tuck it in. So this is a nice place to have it when you are running. It sits tightly against you. Now I like it very tight, so you can't really mount it when you pick it up, just because of it's sucking it close to you. Now if you have a play carry on, now this widens it slightly, meaning that it actually sits more comfortable. So with this kind of stuff, you want your gear as tight to you as possible, and we'll get to that now with a play carrier. So it has the pull tabs. You can just pull this and it extends it out, and then you can mount your rifle. When you're running again, you can just pull it tight again and you're ready to rock. This is an absolute necessity. Yeah, this is from Flatline Fiber Co. from the US. So SA Tactical really is bringing in the quality stuff. Another thing is, this is padded. Now, a lot of the other belts that you get, Flatline Fiber Co. brings them out as well. Sorry, it's my dog. He's trying to be in the video like he is with my outside videos. Yeah, so what I saw with the other guys as well that didn't have the padded ones, especially with the running, you start getting that chafing on your neck. I really didn't get it with this. This was super comfortable. Now, the old saying goes, a sling is to a rifle like a holster is to a handgun, and that's absolutely true. This sling was such a great value to me. Anyways, so massive thanks again to the guys from SA Tactical Institute. Anyways, moving on. So that's the carbine that I used, handgun that I used, or let's go to the holster that I used for the handgun, like we did the sling. This is the Daniels holster, outside waistband, basic holster, nothing too fancy. I used the Daniels holster, outside waistband, mag pouches as well, double mag pouch. Another thing with this event, you need your magazine in your firearm, whether it's your carbine or your handgun. And then you just need an extra one, so just 2 mags on each platform. So moving on to the firearm. Firearm is clear and safe. So there's a weapon mounted light on. I didn't need that, but this goes with the holster. This was a promo that Torch SA did. So yeah, this was sent to me by Torch SA. I've just got a really basic setup. I've got just normal iron sights. This is the I don't know if you're going to see it here. Anyway, this is the Neslparta True Dot. Nothing fancy, just worked really nice. I've just got the 3-dot system, and that worked perfectly for me. Another thing is you have to do this event with a play carrier. Now for men, the minimum weight of the play carrier is 9 kgs. I think for the ladies it's 6 kgs, which is still a crazy weight to run around with. I've got a bit of a budget sucky Dave Shear play carrier. Now the problem with this one is that that's fine, but it clips on, but it doesn't clip on tight enough to my body. So there's that space, so it doesn't have that tight factor that we spoke about a bit earlier. So as you run, it's going to bounce around, and as it bounces around, these buckles actually loosen a bit as well. So I really need to upgrade my play carrier. Yeah, that's in the to-do list. So what I did is I actually borrowed my brother's one. Now this is from, I think it's Gorilla Store, but anyway, it's an online shop for all the CrossFit gear. This is a really nice play carrier. It does have the elastic bands which covers it, and it really works very nice, super comfortable. There's padding here, there's padding there, so really nice play carrier. These plates aren't bulletproof or bullet resistant. These are just working out ones, but I think that's 9.2 kgs total weight, so that comes in right on the money. Chest rig that I used was this one. This was my pouches for the AR platform for the mags. Now unfortunately I had to wear this over the play carrier because they aren't compatible. They don't have these nice little clips that you can clip it onto your play carrier. So it was a bit of a schlep running this over the play carrier with the sling running over that. So a bit of a pain with this. This is the high-vis chest rig from Deployed Concepts. It worked absolutely brilliant. Now it really holds onto the mags, and yeah, this is actually a customized morale patch that I'm running now, so that looks cool. Yeah, and this is a hoodie that I've actually had for ages. Haven't done a video with this on yet. I've been using this for shooting events, but yeah, I haven't been posting much. But yeah, how cool is that? Might do a giveaway soon with this gear. Anyway, so we've done the holsters, we've done the firearm. Yeah, clothing. Whew, this is actually quite an important one. Number one is you want to use gloves. A couple of the things that especially in the morning where it was very frosty. Now I used the Mechanics Fast Fit cold work gloves because I was testing in number one, and then number two it was really cold that morning. So we did a bit of rope work. We had to pull things. Much rather say go for the Mechanics Originals like these ones that I've got. They are in the multicam black, which looks absolutely badass. Now they are more comfortable, more breathable, so you can use it more during the day. But those ones got really hot really quickly. So that's the one clothing consideration. Other one is you need to be comfortable on top. You need a shirt that's going to breathe, especially underneath your play carrier. That's very difficult. It gets hot really quickly. Even in that cold, it got really hot. Number two is your pants. So these are the Wildebeest pants that I normally shoot in. Yeah, this is like a staple for me to go shooting in. Another thing is footwear. Now I said this in my review of them as well. These are the Magnum boots. As you can see, they are a bit worse for wear. They've taken a beating. They can still keep going. They run like tackies basically. Super comfortable. You can run in it. You can be maneuverable in it. Cool thing about this is that it comes up high. So when you do the rope climb and the rope goes across your feet, it's not gonna give you a bit of a rope burn, which I've seen one of the other guys got a nasty rope burn just using his trainers. So yeah, that's a couple of the considerations. You need to be comfortable. You need to be able to move in your clothing. So no skinny jeans is not going to be comfortable, and you're not going to be able to do most of the stuff, or it's just going to give out and it's going to rip. So it's not ideal. Now, some of the consideration that you need to keep in mind is the gear that you have on you is going to stay with you the whole time. Doesn't matter what you do. If you're going to run, it's going to run with you. If you do whatever, if you do a push-up, it's going to run with you. If you do a burpee, it's going to go with you. So this gear is going to stay with you, which is a massive consideration for me now, going to the rope climb, because I'm not used to climbing the ropes with a plate carrier and with my firearm. Just that added weight. It's not a lot of weight. It's really not a lot. Plate carrier, let's say 9 kgs. I'm not sure what the carbine weighs. Anyways, so doing a rope climb with that is a big consideration, because I can't say it, but I've done a couple of obstacle course races, OCRs. And then I'm used to doing a rope climb, just powering through it, and then moving on, because you are really pressed for time. So it's a race. You need to go. With this event, it's slightly different, because you're not only doing one rope climb, you're doing a couple of rope climbs, and then you're shooting, and then you're coming back for a rope climb. So I got disqualified with the rope climb, which is horrendous for me. That gave me quite a bit of an ego knock, because being an obstacle course racer, being taken out by an obstacle was quite right for me. But main consideration was, my health was sucky. But other than that is the weight consideration, and then doing multiple reps of that. So you really need your technique down. My technique actually absolutely sucks with rope climb, because I can just power through it normally. With this, you cannot. You can't bullshit it. So what happened is, the first phase of the stage with the rope climbing is you need to do 3 rope climbs, go shoot, come back, do 2 rope climbs, and then shoot some more. What happened to me is I could do 2 rope climbs fairly quickly, sort of. 2 rope climbs back to back, and then the third one I just couldn't. My body was absolutely knackered. Grips was giving in. So the main thing there is grips and arms were giving in, where my legs should have been doing the work. So great thing about Ruan is that he did demonstrate beforehand how to do a proper technique for climbing up, just to even that playing field some more with the guys that have more experience with the proper technique for rope climbs. Didn't help me much, because I still sucked at it, and it still got me disqualified. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's my thoughts and the gear considerations. Hopefully I covered everything and answered all your questions about the Nelsparta event. I can't give out too much details with each phase or with each course of fire, because it's going to change every time. So if I give it to you now, you're going to prepare for something, and you're going to come back to me and say, you gave me the wrong advice. So be prepared for pulling events, for rope climb events, for dragging events, for farmers carry, all those fun things, and then some running as well. So I was really prepared for the running, not prepared for much else. But yeah, as I say, definitely doing the next one, hopefully in better health and better preparedness with my gear as well. So I'm going to try and sort my gear before then. So hopefully I'm going to see you guys on the Nelsparta shooting range soon. Have a good one. Good luck to the guys competing. And again, thanks so much for the guys from Nelsparta for bringing this to South Africa. It's a lot bigger in the US with the tactical games, and then they've got a couple of other names for other things that they do. We haven't seen anything like this in South Africa yet. So thanks so much, and keep up the good work. Thanks so much, guys. Cheers.